All right, welcome back to Flaccus Talks, the podcast, episode 325. Today on the show, the Epstein files are being rolled out. We're going to show you some of the stuff that stood out to us so far. Then, in honor of Black History Month, we're going to be debunking the Tuskegee Airmen story. Then, in our Minneapolis section, we have a lot of kids missing class to protest. We'll go over the math proficiency of their school. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, a man was killed over French fries. All this and more, it's Flaccus Talks, the podcast, episode 325, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Flaccus Talks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grabber.
All right, one for one on the intro, as always. Guys, I don't know about you, but during the break, my diet and health routine kind of went off the rails. Candy, cake, Chinese, late night ordering pizza, stuff like that, desserts, lots of desserts. It got pretty bad pretty fast, but now that we're in the new year, it's time to reset and get back on track. Let's undo all that, and for a New Year's resolution, let's actually give our bodies what it needs. And for me, this fresh start starts with Cove Pure. Here's the thing. Everyone starts the new year with new diet routines, workouts, supplements, all of these things, but they ignore the most basic thing that is the most important, the water we're drinking. Even mild dehydration impacts energy, focus, and metabolism. And when you think about all the garbage that's in our water, you're starting behind the curve before you even begin. Cove Pure changes that immediately. Their ClearWave technology is certified to remove up to 99.9% of contaminants. Pretty much anything that isn't water. PFAs, microplastics, pharmaceutical residue, fluoride, it all gets removed with Cove Pure. It's the purest water you can get. And what I like most about Cove Pure is it makes water taste good. It's clean, it's crisp, it's refreshing, and I've actually been drinking more water lately, and I've been cutting back on my diet sodas. Another plus is it sits right on your countertop. You don't need to install special hoses or drill holes or call a plumber. You just plug it in and you're good to go. Fresh water is on the way. Cove Pure makes it easy to get pure water with just a push of a button. So this year, let's make a New Year's resolution that actually sticks. Let's improve our health by improving our water. Right now, you can get $200 off for a limited time when you use my Cove Pure link. It's covepure.com/Fleccus. That's covepure.com/Fleccus for $200 off. Go there today. This offer won't last long. And let's get back on track for the new year. Thank you to Cove Pure for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Cove Pure for sponsoring.
Thank you, Cove Pure.
Hey, thank you, Cove.
Cheers.
Very crisp, very lovely. How's everyone doing? Did you have a nice weekend, Richard?
Yeah, I did.
You feel good? You happy to be back in the chair?
You know,
I am.
not really.
What?
It's not, the Monday ones, you gotta kind of recover. You film on Monday. It's kind of a whole thing. So you can't ask me.
It's just a job for you.
You can't ask me if I'm happy and excited. But I'm ready. I'm prepared.
Yeah, you clocked in. You brought your lunch pail.
Yeah, I'm trying to leave 5 minutes early. Hope my boss doesn't see. Shit like that,
Cut out early.
I'm going to leave an email to tomorrow. Stuff like that.
There you go. You're on Do Not Disturb. You're on your out of office.
Yeah.
So if I ever ask you something, you could have like an out of office response.
Hey, I am grateful that I have no Microsoft Teams. There's no Slack. There's no Yippo or whatever new startup is coming along. We do nothing. We just talk to each other.
We can text.
So it's nice.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, I rewatched Goodfellas.
No.
Classic.
Good movie, yeah.
I did notice something I wanted to share with you guys.
Okay.
Those guys are constantly cleaning up glass.
Dustbin. Necessary, right? Yeah, there's breaking a lot of bottles and what? Across each other's heads?
Breaking bottles, throwing glasses, flipping tables. Like, I don't know. How often do you guys clean up glass? Once a year?
A very unfortunate accident when you lose a literal glass. Yeah.
Those guys, every day.
Constantly
every
sweeping.
day they're sweeping up glass. Hey, can I take my shoes off in here, boss? Like, oh, no.
Better not.
A lot of glass.
Yeah, imagine how many shards they step on weeks later, too. Yeah, it's a tough. You're right.
You have like the gangster like pulling with tweezers, pulling out things from his heel. I stepped in some glass.
Yeah, good point.
That's a good point. They don't. I don't think anyone's really bringing that up.
Fleckus, you're the type of guy who misses the mate. Like, wait, what happened in the movie? But then he remembers the glass thing. Like, he doesn't know the twist, but he observes the glass. So
A lot
good
of
for
glass. I noticed what I noticed.
Detail-oriented guy.
All right, we're in February now. Happy February, everybody.
Thank you. Did you know the year is 25% over?
Yeah,
I know.
I did know that.
Crazy.
I did know that.
It's gone.
And I was looking at the graph. February is actually a perfect month. It starts on Sunday, and it's 28 days, and there's 4 Mondays, 4 Tuesdays, 4 Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and Sundays.
Yeah, it's clean on the calendar.
It really is clean, and that's how it's actually supposed to be before they changed it to enslave us.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you.
Because 28 days is a full lunar cycle. 13 times 28 is 364. Get an extra day for the leap year, no big deal. And then 13 lunar cycles is 1 solar year. So that really would be perfect. And then the extra month we would need for a 13-month calendar would come between June and July, and it would be called Sol, S-O-L, which is like sun.
Extra 1 day. Yeah.
Or the extra month, I mean.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So there's
you're advocating for 13 months again, which we've done this before, right?
Yeah. And then they have April Fool's Day on April 1st because that's how they make fun of us, because that's when the calendar is supposed to actually start.
Okay. So what happens? What are we enslaved by? Is this bad? I don't know.
It is not good. They're trying to keep us off the natural rhythm and cycle of the earth, so it's easier to feel disconnected from it. And then like a wolf hunting a sheep that left the pack, they can chew us up.
Easier to do usury when you're not connected to the earth, right?
That's how I see it.
Okay. Very good.
All right. Well, that's enough of that. Let's get into some politics stuff. Obviously, the story of the year so far is all the fraud being done all over the country, especially by migrants. We found some stats out of California that kind of explained how this whole system was put into place.
Doctor billed the government $120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, LA County has more than 36 states combined, and 30 times more than either Florida or New York.
18% of the whole country's home health care billing is coming out of Los Angeles County. How is that possible?
And take a look at this map, a cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius, some in strip malls, unmarked buildings, even a wrecking yard and vacant lot.
So there you go.
Yeah.
This is how they kind of started their plan and then perfected it, and then they rolled out the playbook nationwide is kind of how I see it.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been talking about how imagine what's under the hood of California with a giant budget that they have and all the government spending that has never slowed down. And apparently LA, everyone's just dying, and everyone's the whole economy is caring for elderly people who are about to die out of a fucking wood shop. It's crazy and really unacceptable too. Like, this is part of the problem is all this money, like grants and stimulus and things and healthcare stuff that's from the government to private business, right? Because the government, we can't run the hospital, you can, and we'll give you the money, right? And all those things are promised to be like, oh, this is going to help. This is going to be great. And then it just goes to like some Armenian's third car, which you can relate to, right?
Well, I can. And I like the Armenians, but I'm sure there is some scamming going on there.
And some people were saying that Dr. Oz went all in on this because he's Turkish and he has a lifelong blood feud with Armenians. So there might be some bias there, but I mean, I believe it. Obviously, California is rife with fraud, and that's just one example that like is so easy to find. They have more than 36 states, and they have, they combine everything, and the data is so easy, and it goes uncontested for so long, right?
Crazy. All right, Nana, we're going to drop you off at your hospice care facility at this junkyard.
Yeah. And we don't expect you to come out, so it's all good.
And there's no one here to take care of you.
Dying with dignity in the junkyard.
All right, let's get to our next story. It's out of Arizona, and there was a hearing, a committee hearing, and they were asking people that represented certain corporations and companies if illegals should be allowed to vote. And listen to the answers.
Do you believe that people should have to be United States citizens in order to vote in Arizona's elections?
I'm representing an organization and I'm speaking to this bill. I've shared those sentiments.
Does the organization you're here representing believe that people should have to be United States citizens in order to vote in Arizona's elections?
That's a question that I have to go back for that very specific question to get the response because I don't know.
Mr. Chair, that's not an answer.
It is not.
My name is Jody Lee. I'm here on behalf of Lucha.
Does Lucha believe that people should have to be citizens of the United States in order to vote in Arizona's elections?
I believe that I don't have an answer from that directly from Lucha. And I think certainly they believe all taxpayers should have access to democracy.
That was quite a word salad. People who are non-citizens who are working in Arizona, whether they're here legally or illegally, pay taxes. Does Lucha believe that non-citizens should be able to vote in Arizona just because they pay taxes?
I don't feel comfortable making a definitive statement on behalf of the organization.
Hi, sorry, Caitlin Contreras with the ACLU.
Is it the position of the ACLU that people should have to be U.S. citizens in order to vote in Arizona's elections?
It is the ACLU's position that voting should be fair and accessible and to everyone who is eligible.
So it's a pretty straightforward question.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you think with like the fraud that it's like super sophisticated and like, oh, line item number 3,250. What does this mean? It's like the most basic question ever that everyone should be able to answer. And then 15 years ago, everyone would have answered no problem.
Yeah.
And now that's like the way to expose the bad guys. It's not even a hard question. It's not even specific. It's not even like, oh, it's about your balance sheet. This is about your budget. It's literally, should illegals vote? And they're going, what? I don't feel comfortable answering that.
I wouldn't speak on a line for my organization who's retarded. I think there's a lot of things like this that the Democrats have a question for, like every issue. Like, should illegals vote? And it's marble mouth nothing. What is a woman? Gee, I don't know. Like, we've seen it 100 times in Congress. It's like, is fraud bad? They'd probably have a similar answer that they can't really disavow it. So to do this on camera is so crazy. And it kind of goes to show you that even if they're not outright advocating for it, they're really not ready to disavow it.
That's the key takeaway. Mm-hmm. And it's something that's so basic. It's like one of the most like basic things of our country. It's not even like a new thing or like, are you up to date on this new procedure? Should illegals vote? I gotta get back to you.
Yeah, getting squirrely. Genuinely like getting hot. Like, geez, what's the temperature in here? Start unbuttoning.
All right, let's get to our next story. We've been covering for the last few weeks everything going on in Virginia since they won that governor election. We have some new updates tax-wise for Virginia citizens.
Here's a list of the many tax increases and proposals Democrats in Virginia are considering passing. They include additional local sales tax in all Virginia counties and cities, new personal property tax on electric leaf blowers and electric landscaping equipment, large employer tax, gun and ammunition tax, new income tax brackets, a delivery tax. This would hit you if you make an order on Amazon, Uber Eats, or an order that includes UPS, FedEx delivery, etc. here in Northern Virginia. There's also a tax they're looking at for events, concerts, an investment income tax, storage facility tax, gym membership tax, dog walking tax, dog grooming tax, counseling tax, digital personal property tax, new car taxes and highway use fees, an increase in the hotel tax here in Arlington. Statewide.
Take that, Trump.
Yeah. Jeez.
And they campaigned in Virginia basically on like Trump's racist and affordability is important.
Yeah.
So they get into power and now they just tax the shit out of you.
Yeah, and then I actually asked some AI companions of mine, and I'm not going into psychosis, so don't worry about it, if Abigail Spanberger had ever campaigned on any tax increases. And the AI said, no, she hadn't. And then obviously, like you said, affordability was a huge piece of it. And then, like, think about the stuff that they're taxing. Anything you're getting delivered, like all these changes in human behaviors that have happened over the past 10 years, they're like, well, millennials are just having dogs, not kids. We got to tax them somehow, right?
Dog grooming tax, dog walking tax.
Like dog grooming tax, you guys need to get your hand in that pie. Like, and then home delivery shit, everything.
There's a lot of opportunity
but
in the dog grooming.
But the entire campaign is about helping the middle class. And then who pays for all this shit? Is dog grooming a billionaire thing? right? And I think one is digital property. So if you buy a movie on Amazon, you now owe the state of Virginia something. So really insane. And I actually looked back at some of Abigail Spanberger's ads to kind of see what she was promising. Couldn't find a single. We're going to add all these taxes.
Yeah, a little more money spent for you.
And then is there ever, I remember growing up and early 20s life living in Chicago. January 1st, every year, there was a big newspaper article about all the new taxes that came out. Do Republicans have anything like that? Is there ever like a Republican state that just keeps squeezing and adding stuff? Or is this purely becoming a Democrat thing where they just ratchet it up and go, we need more money?
I think it's a Democrat thing. And then they load up with migrants and stuff. So who aren't really going to pay the taxes. And then they have the rich people who are kind of stuck there.
And the middle class who they're hollowing out.
And the middle class who, exactly, the numbers keep going down. It's pretty dark.
But it was like something you had to pay attention to in Illinois. Like, oh, geez, parking meters are going up. Like every year there would be something. And Virginia just got, I guess, 10 years of it all at once, right?
Crazy. I actually have a message for Donald Trump directly about taxes.
Okay.
I wrote it, so I'll just kind of read what I wrote.
Okay.
Mr. President, we really don't want to pay taxes this year, sir. Everyone stole all of our money already, and it would feel really good if we got this one off. Please. We see all the fraud and waste and stealing, and if we have to pay taxes this year, it will hurt even more than usual. Please.
That's a good statement. That's a good. I agree. If there's any year for him to do it, it's this fraud, watching Somalians run away with my money. You know, it's crazy.
And think about how like people are disenfranchised, the middle class is getting hollowed out, everyone's really frustrated, and then you see all this fraud where like a third of the budget, like trillions of dollars, is just fraud and waste.
Demoralizing.
And then you pay it still, stupid.
Yeah.
And now I just feel like a fat idiot.
And if we were a fighting force, like if we were on the front lines of Ukraine versus Russia right now, you couldn't even get us to charge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You like morale is genuinely low. Like you need to airdrop a Burger King in here. You need to give us ice cream night or something.
Yeah.
And that's basically what you're begging for, right?
Because morale is so low. And then if we paid taxes after seeing what the money goes to, it would go even lower. And then we would be like mad at Trump. If he said no taxes, I'd have a pep in my step.
And then it literally only helps people who are productive members of society. Yeah.
I'd be walking around town, oysters, shrimp cocktail for everybody.
Yeah, I would do the fall from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory where it's actually a somersault. You think it's a fall, but it's really a somersault.
That would be me every day.
I know.
I would have bruises on the back of my neck and my head.
10 purple suits. They'd all be blown out. The bruises would be everywhere. That's a good letter. I hope someone gives him that.
Please, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some Epstein stuff. But before we do, we have a very special message from our friends over at Leisure Carry. Guys, it's time to experience the ultimate balance of comfort and readiness with the Leisure Carry belt. The Leisure Carry belt is designed specifically for gym shorts and casual clothing without traditional belt loops. I've been using mine with my gym shorts and it's incredibly comfortable. Leisure Carry uses high-quality American-made materials that conform to your body so that you can stay armed whether you're running errands on your Vespa, chilling in a cabana, or playing tennis in Miami. The belt works with all your IWB holsters securely while distributing weight evenly, reducing pressure points, and allowing for natural movement in your comfiest clothing. There's no extra layers on your body, it's super lightweight, and it can be taken off in seconds. It makes it so convenient to carry that you'll feel silly for leaving your house without your gear. The Leisure Carry belt is used and trusted by over 100,000 people around the world, including undercover and plainclothes officers on every single continent. We have a limited time promo code, SHOWWATCHER15, all one word, SHOWWATCHER15, and that's going to be valid through February 6th. So jump on this offer while you still can. This company's been around for 3 years and they've only offered this a couple times. The link is in the description below and in the pinned comment. Get your Leisure Carry today. And don't forget, these guys are show watchers, so you're supporting a Patriot-owned business, you're supporting us here at Fleckus Talks, and you're giving yourself the ability to comfortably carry no matter what you're wearing. Thank you to Leisure Carry for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to Leisure Carry for sponsoring.
Thank you, Leisure Carry.
We love our Leisure Carry.
Yep.
And you know me, I always wear basketball shorts. It's like very easy to carry.
Yes.
That's important. Otherwise, you have to wear pants. And then it's like, oh, Fleckus has his gun outfit on. Fleckus is carrying a gun. He's wearing jeans.
It's so true. So true.
All right, let's get into our Epstein stuff. Before we do, I want to kind of just make a statement. I think they ran a really clean disclosure op on us. Remember how many times they let us down?
Yeah.
Like, they let us down like 10 times. Oh, the binders, it's nothing. Oh, the new files are coming out. They're on Pam Bondi's desk. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. And then they finally come out, and a lot of people aren't even like looking. They don't care. And it's like, oh, it's probably nothing again. And this time it's like, I don't know, 6 million files or whatever.
Yeah, totally. And the timing seems random as well. And it seems like it's mostly just emails.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of emails.
So, and this is stuff that the authorities have had for a long time. So it's kind of one of those things where you need 100,000 autists online, like finding stuff that maybe a team of 20 investigators may have missed. So good stuff still could come out of it, but we hope that there's like a judicial or like the Department of Justice is still like ready to pounce in case something lines up that they hadn't really noticed before, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully they arrest somebody. They arrested Peanut the squirrel.
Yeah. This fucking squirrel in New York.
But no one from this. So we're going to be covering this. I'm assuming it's going to be multiple episodes because everything's still coming out. So we're going to do it in chunks of like things I thought were really important. And we're going to start with this chunk today. Let's start with the Bill Gates pandemic stuff.
Yeah, Bill Gates was planning pandemic simulations with Epstein in 2017. An email lays out proposed deliverables, including strain pandemic simulations, health data systems, and neurotech tied to national security. So they were gaming out some pandemics.
Gaming out pandemics, and Epstein was really a science guy.
That's a math and science
Math
whiz.
and physics and quantum physics. He was like in the know with a lot of like very smart people, and he was a smart guy himself.
I was going to say the opposite. Like, he presented himself as a smart guy, but none of this reads like all the emails and anecdotal stuff I've seen doesn't read like a real brainiac. It reads like a rich guy who's like kind of trying to be friends with people and littered with typos, talking about how Jewish he is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought he was smart, but
I think you're falling for the psyop, though.
But
a little bit.
I watched
That's the thing. Oh, he's some sort of professor. What? He worked at a boarding school as a math thing. The origin of his money. He's a trader. Like, you don't have to be super smart. It's not like he was running advanced algorithms to trade or something.
That's true. In the interview that was released, the Bannon documentary interview, he sounds like he's an articulate, thoughtful guy who like understands how things work.
For sure, but there's a lot of those. Yeah, and a big picture thinker, but like I think when you get to like you and Bill Gates are planning pandemic stuff, that's more of like a LARP, you know, to that extent. So
that's true. And then also with the Bill Gates stuff, there was an email about how he got an STD from a Russian girl and then had to give his wife the STD meds secretly.
Yeah, so I guess, most women become wealthy through divorce. I guess she earned a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Through the secret STD.
Have a smoothie.
Here, babe. I made you your favorite. The smoothie I've never made you before.
It tastes like penicillin's ground up in there.
Who knew Bill Gates was that close to a frat bro,
I did.
Turned up Plan B or something for the girl you accidentally...
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the emails, which we're going to get to right now, a lot of the emails kind of had like a Jewish supremacy vibe to them. A lot of times referencing white people as goyim.
Yeah.
So we're going to read a couple of those.
Here's one email that he sent. It says, "This is the way the Jew make money and made a fortune in the past 10 years, selling short the shipping futures. Let the goyim deal in the real world."
That's us.
So he wants the goyim to, dig ditches and build buildings while he just moves a couple numbers around on the computer. So it kind of speaks to his mindset there of what he thought about it. Whether it's a joke or not, I mean, if my DMs leaked, there'd be accusations of racism for sure. But,
that's a good point.
But we're focused on Epstein here right now, not me.
Not you. Let's do the next one.
This one, he sent a link about Bannon being removed from the National Security Council in 2017 during Trump's first administration. And he said, "War between the Jews and the non-Jews, Jews presently winning."
Didn't even know there was a war. Well, I did. Yeah. But you're kind of alluding to it and making it more real. We have some more goyim emails.
Yeah. What is this one about? The quote is, "I don't know of any. They did a great job of closing most, at least for the goyim, and that was for tax breaks, I believe." So the goyim were running out of options. Rich Jews like Jeffrey Epstein obviously still had their tax advantages and ways to skirt paying taxes.
Lucky.
Which I know. We just begged Trump to let us not pay those taxes. And Jeffrey Epstein, the Goyim, that's for us. We pay the taxes. We get smoked.
And then, as this might be our last one from the Goyim section, can you read that?
Yeah, this was a conversation between him and Mark Fisher, and he was discussing Jewish souls. A Jewish soul has a very different structure, different ingredients and components, relates to its higher levels differently, has different higher levels, relates to itself and other people in a different manner than a non-Jewish soul. So kind of weird sentence structure there. But he's philosophizing on how Jewish souls are a lot different than the Goyim.
There's like a caste system of souls, I'm assuming, and we're down with the animals.
Yes, certainly, certainly.
It's his world, and we're just the pieces in it.
For sure.
Next.
So very Jewish chauvinist, Jewish supremacist, whatever you want to call it, but he was comfortable. He was comfortable calling the Goyim cattle, basically.
Yeah. So there you go. And those are just the emails. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
We're just showing you guys what he said. Then also Benjamin Netanyahu was allegedly mentioned over 650 times.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot, allegedly.
Yeah, they're focused on what he likes, which is Israel politics, Israel influence in the world, right?
Taking over the world.
Yeah.
And then we have a picture here that I wanted to put out. It's him, Jeffrey Epstein, talking to some woman, and in the background you see stuff that's labeled CIA. But apparently that was a coincidence, and the CIA was labels for a shoe brand.
Okay.
So I thought it was CIA, and then I looked, and people were like, "Oh, this is a shoe thing," and then all the bins are filled with shoes, and he's at some sort of manufacturing facility for shoes or something.
Makes sense.
So it might not actually be the CIA.
Okay.
But you could look at that and be like, "Oh, we got him."
Yeah.
So I want to play both sides.
Okay, smart.
All right, next, can you read this from the Jeffrey Epstein email?
Jeffrey Epstein suggested one way to solve the crime problem was to ban N*GGERS. He wanted to ban N-words.
Ban N-words.
Hey, at least he was thinking.
Sometimes he gets it right.
Maybe he was a good thinker. Maybe he was pretty smart.
You can't get them all wrong.
Yeah, that would be hard.
All right, and now for the most interesting part of the Epstein drop from what I've seen so far. This is my favorite part.
Yum.
And I'll cook a little extra here if you don't want to participate. But there was a 4chan post the morning before Epstein was killed or found dead or whatever. And it was from someone claiming to work as a guard at the facility he was being kept at. And he posted this on 4chan before Epstein died. Can you read what it says, please?
Yeah, the post says, "Not saying anything after this. Please do not try to dox me. But last night after 0415 count, they took him medical in a wheelchair, front cuffed, but not one triage nurse says they spoke to him. Next thing we know, a trip van shows up. We do not do releases on the weekends unless a judge orders it. Next thing we know, he's put in a single man cell and hangs himself. Here's the thing, the trip van did not sign in and we did not record the plate number, and a guy in a green dress military outfit was in the back of the van, according to the tower guy who let him through the gate. You guys, I am shaking right now, but I think they switched him out."
And that was before they found him dead.
Yeah.
And we have some more context here about that whole situation and who the guy who made the post was.
Yeah, so, I mean, let's go over it first. There was a van that came on the weekend that shouldn't have. He got transported somewhere in, like, a medical scenario, but no nurse saw him. So it's just a lot of weird moving parts, and then a mysterious green military guy in the back of the transport. The individual who anonymously posted on 4chan the morning of Epstein's death, August 10th, 2019, claiming he witnessed weird happenings at the prison before his death, has been identified in the Epstein files. Roberto Grijalva, an officer at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York, has been identified as the anonymous prison employee who posted on 4chan claiming Epstein left his cell Friday evening shackled in a medical wheelchair, while at the same time an unauthorized trip van arrived at the prison, which he believes took Epstein away the night before news broke of his death. The day after Epstein's death, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman of the SDNY opened a grand jury proceeding and subpoenaed 4chan, Apple, AT&T, and Citibank for records aiming to uncover Grijalva's identity following the anonymous 4chan post. Grijalva's name is not redacted on his bank records included in the SDNY subpoena response from Citibank for his 4chan post, and ties to the same prison officer, Roberto Grijalva, whose statements were released as part of the prison's investigation into Epstein's death.
So basically, this validates that the guy who made the 4chan post was a security guard who was working at the facility where Epstein was being kept the day before, and it sounds like the day after he was found dead.
Yeah.
And we have the thing here that proves it. So we have the 4chan post, and they did an investigation, the DOJ did, to uncover who made the 4chan post, confirmed it was this guy, and then we have a document here that proves that this guy was the one working at that facility.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I think they swapped him out.
They body swapped him, killed some Goyim, and he's living in Israel somewhere in a Osama bin Laden style compound where he never gets to see the sun.
Kind of.
Okay.
I think he probably has a decent life. They probably have a lot of land, and he's able to go outside.
Okay.
But we do have pictures of the body they showed us claiming it was him. Mm-hmm. And you can see the ear is different, doesn't really look right. The nose is different. And then here's where it gets really interesting. Who was the body they put in there? I think it was Hillary Clinton's brother.
Okay.
Can you read some of this?
Yeah, Tony Rodham. That's who you think it is?
He died a month or two before Epstein did.
Green Tech Automotive under investigation by SEC and Senate committee. The company is run by Hillary Clinton's brother, Anthony Rodham. Rick Wade, who previously served as top advisor for Obama's campaign and a senior aide in the Commerce Department.
And then can you read the day he died in the top right corner?
June 7th, 2019.
So 2 months before.
They kept him on ice? What do you think?
I think they kept him on ice. And look at him. He looks like Epstein enough. And then he looks more like the guy they claimed Epstein was than Epstein does.
Where did you get this? Somebody else kind of schizoed this, and then you just said rings true to me?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you could just find anybody who looks more close to Jeffrey Epstein.
But if you're going to do an op and Hillary Clinton's brother died a month or two before and looks like Epstein, it's probably like, yo, I have an idea.
She goes, yeah, you could use the corpse. All right. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you could use the corpse. We already drank his blood.
All right. I mean, real concerns there. That guy being a legitimate corrections officer there and all the, questionable things that happened is very alarming.
And then why would the DOJ investigate that 4chan post? Don't people post every day? Like, if it's not true and makes no sense, wouldn't they go, oh, some retard posted that?
Yeah, what did he say? They subpoenaed AT&T, Apple, whoever.
And Citibank.
Yeah.
And 4chan to get the identity of the poster. And then it's him.
Crazy.
So it's not like it's some kid who's doing a prank. They were like on that. They're like, why did someone post this? Who posted this? Go get the guy. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yes, for sure.
So that's the first installment of our Epstein file dump. We're going to keep covering it as more stuff comes out that you guys need to see. You know who wasn't on the Epstein files?
Who?
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
The guy who was banned from Hollywood. Mm-hmm. He wasn't on the Epstein files.
You know what I think is funny about this? Elon Musk is like in there and emailing back and forth, and he's like, no, I never did anything, like fighting because the left will just slander him and say, you're in it. But the whole thing is like Epstein files, right? It's just every email he's sent back and forth. And so like a lot of people who Epstein was like attempting to recruit who kind of just rebuffed him and didn't even get involved. It's like, you're in the Epstein files. It's like, no, he was trying to recruit me. Like I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I RSVP'd for a lunch.
Yeah, there's like an interesting like thing where you're kind of slandered if you're in it no matter what. And some people genuinely were probably like, this creepy guy's emailing me again.
Yeah, very true.
Get out.
All right, let's get to our next section, our Minneapolis update section. Not a ton here. We've been kind of covering this a lot.
Yeah.
But I do want to show you some protest clips, and then we're going to get into what the kids are up to. First, we have a protest clip here from January 30th from over the weekend. And then you look closely on the ground, all the car windows are broken.
They broke into everybody. All these fucking windows. Every single fucking window. Are you fucking kidding me?
Take that, Trump.
Yeah, so it's like blue collar guys getting in their cars after a long day of work, and some street rat just used the cover of the anti-ICE protest to snatch and grab every fucking car.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
And we're going to go fast through these next clips. We have a Santa Clara town hall, and gay Batman showed up.
I don't want you to sit back and watch. I want you to fucking do something. Each and every one of these people who have came up has been very polite, very earnest, very kind, pleading you, begging you to do something. I'm not begging you. I'm fucking demanding that you act with some semblance of a fucking spine. Do something.
Do something. Just like Christopher Nolan, the trilogy. Same costume.
The hero we needed.
Yeah. And that's what you'd expect. An average Marvel Reddit type. That's what he would do. That's what he thinks is most powerful. He goes, what's the most powerful thing I could do? Dress up as Batman. And then I'll yell at him. And then what does he think the city council of Santa Ana or whatever it was, California, is going to do against the federal government? There's a mismatch there. He doesn't think it through. Batman doesn't think it through.
But maybe if we had Batman on our side.
Yeah.
You have that floating helicopter thing that shoots the bombs, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's parked out front, right, Batman?
We could use that. Yeah. This is a clip from a protest. Everyone just looks really cringe here.
Deportation! Up with liberation! Down with deportation! From Palestine to Mexico!
Retard.
Yeah, whenever they try to make girls angry, you're kind of dipping your toe in the masculine arena, and it never looks as good as you think. If you were nice and womanly and had your arms locked with a bunch of women, it might be a powerful statement. But if you're just yelling about Palestine and Mexico and you're angry and a girl and anyone could beat you up, like some cook who's 5'6" could beat you up, then you don't get the same power.
You got a beanie on and you're going like this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Chill. What do you want? All right, we won't arrest anyone.
Okay, you're free to go. It's not how it goes.
And then a guy was recording the protest, and he noticed something funny. The protesters all clock out and go home at the same time, which could mean they're being paid.
If you've ever wondered how protests happen on the spot, this is exactly how. Without organizers, without the music, without the bullhorns, without all of these people coming together. And right now what they're doing is they're loading their trucks to leave out of here after they finish with the protest. None of the protests that you see that happen immediately after something happens, which is all the time now, wouldn't be possible. What's behind me is a combination of Party for Socialism and Liberation. We have Democrat Socialists of America here as well, and a couple very loose communist organizations like Revolutionary Communists for America. None of the protests that you see are organic. They're well organized, and because they're well organized, that means they're well funded through various campaigns, whether it's foreign influence campaigns or it could be even Democrat campaigns. So
it's very interesting. They all leave at the same time, and I'm assuming some NGOs are paying for this with our tax dollars.
Oh, for sure. That looks just like me clocking out after the podcast. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Pretty crazy. But it's very well funded, very well organized. All the posters match. Who prints that off from Kinko's?
Mm-hmm. Someone goes to Kinko's.
Big money.
Someone has to go.
I have a bad feeling it's our tax dollars.
I feel like they'll get caught up by using a code, I got a promo code or a business code at Kinko's, and it's this goes right up to the Department of Corrections or something,
Yeah, this is Act Blue. Mm-hmm. Act Blue Kinko's code. Next, we have some kids protesting. So we're going to go through a couple of these clips. Basically, kids are walking out of class, or their teachers are letting them have protests instead of going to school. So we're going to play a couple of those.
First one, this girl got pepper sprayed.
Yeah, so this first one, is a kid who got brought to the protests and got pepper sprayed.
This is not what I signed up for, Mom. You promised me ice cream.
Yeah. Why would ICE do this? Why would ICE pepper spray this 8-year-old girl at the illegal criminal arrest location?
Why would they?
They hate kids. And it's interesting, too, because ICE
and imagine Mom going fuck you, do it! And then she turns out of the way and the kid gets it.
Why would you do that? Yeah. And it's interesting, too, because ICE arrests a lot of child predators.
Oh, yeah.
So it's ironic.
It's one of the more common illegal crimes. It's child sex crimes.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the most. You got the Modelo DUI, the child sex crimes, and then the generic violence, right? Mm-hmm. And robbery.
And then the cartel, chop your limbs off and whatever.
That doesn't happen that much, though.
That's a rarer one. Mm-hmm. Next, we have a couple kid protests where they're just leaving school and walking out. We can just play that in the background.
Well, this is a middle school.
Yeah.
And half the kids are what the hell is happening? And then the girls, they like it. This is it practices. Who's going where? The kids are athletes and they're playing basketball, they're like, what the fuck's going on? And then the women are marching with things.
It's very true.
But middle school, nobody's over 12 in a middle school, right? Eighth graders are 13, except when you were in 8th grade and you were 15 because you got held back 3 times, right?
Held back once.
Okay.
And I was like 6 months older than everyone else.
Okay. All right. Fair.
So no big deal.
No need to slander you.
No need to slander me. We have another example here from a school in a city. Kids, I think it's San Francisco. The kids are just walking out.
Like kindergartners. Look at how small these kids are.
Toddlers.
This is less than middle school by a lot. And they're taking them out on the street like this? So they really have no bottom. Like, they'll involve anyone they can over this injustice. No matter what your prefrontal cortex is developed to. They'll say, you got 2 legs and 2 hands, come on out.
And it's interesting how that happens because our side says we don't want kids to be political. Kids should just be kids. And then their side goes, ICE wants to kill your dad because he's brown.
Yeah.
And then
they're whispering.
And then we're like, we're going to take the high road and we're not going to get kids political, which is true. And then they're just like, ICE is going to be in your house tonight and kill you.
They're coming right now. They're coming to kill you. And it's like your teacher so they abuse all the lessons, right? Where it's like, when you're a very little kid, they go, who do you trust? Your teacher, a police officer? Who are the trusted adults? And then they subvert that trust when the teacher goes cuckoo because ICE is in town.
Yeah.
So, they whisper, they're coming for you now. Your dad's brown, right? Hey, Gracie, your dad's brown, right? You're looking a little tan. So, their psychoses and neuroses they put onto the children.
Yep. And then we have some teachers here along with the school that's protesting. So you can see all the non-binary teacher retards that arrange this.
Yeah. You know what they look like. Kane Gibbard. What is this? What is this title? Kane Gibbard, Bumblebee. That's what your title. I don't know.
They let a kid do it.
Yeah.
And, so like we're not saying kids need to get political to combat this, but I think a kid should know what a communist is.
I agree.
You can be like, hey, whenever you see someone who's like kind of weird and they have stupid hair, maybe a bunch of face piercings, or maybe like stupid, blue hair, those people are fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to explain politics to them, but you can kind of explain that some people are retarded and trying to ruin everything.
Or you can even speak in a lower tone, like towards a kid. Some of these are basically preschoolers or whatever, and you just go, those are mad people. They're just really angry.
They're
silly. You don't need to get angry. It's not healthy to be angry that time. You're a kid. Your life is good and fun. You're safe.
Yeah.
And they're angry. So communists, when they're a little older, maybe just really angry and mad. Call them mad.
They're mad, yeah. Cuckoo. They're a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
They're stupid.
Nope.
You don't have to listen. Next, we have an example of a lesson given to kindergartners. This woman is talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice to kindergartners.
Kindergartners, I want to say too that kindergartners are natural social justice warriors. Like I mentioned before, I see this all the time on the playground. That's unfair. And this is why it's unfair. This is the reasons that it's unfair. And I think if we just build upon the mindset of a kindergartner, that it's fantastic. You can get them to do fabulous things in the social justice realm.
So there you go.
You can get them to do things in the social justice realm. It's not they need to develop these correct beliefs. It's you can mold them. You can get them to do whatever you want. They're playthings.
Yeah. And kids naturally don't like injustice, or they know when something's bad. And then if you tell them ICE is bad, now they're social justice people.
Easy peasy.
It's like pretty, like she doesn't even know she's saying the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. Too stupid. She records it for us.
She records it. Our last example is out of Stockton, California. These guys were protesting ICE. So everyone's saying fuck ICE, flying Mexican flags. And we looked up Stockton High School's proficiency. Here's Stockton High School. It's ranked 13,427 out of 17,900 in the nation. And the math proficiency of that school is, drumroll please, 0%.
Yeah. Science proficiency at 10%. Reading proficiency at 26%. Just a horrible, bad school.
0% math. Not one kid in the school can really do anything at grade level.
Yeah.
And they're mad about ICE deportations, it's like you don't even know, you can't even conceptualize these numbers. Damn, 10,000 people get deported. It's like, what's the difference between 10,000, 100,000, and a million? Like, you don't know.
100 or something, I don't know. And that's the thing, too. Like, we always talk about these proficient schools, and a lot of them are in Baltimore or a certain type. But this is like the Latinoization of America. A lot of these are just these various brown kids who are disgruntled and looking to flash gang signs. And they drag their peers with them. And then when given the opportunity to do something that's emotions-based and there's no wrong answer except supporting ICE, it's easy.
Especially when it's, hey, some kids are going to leave class to go protest. You can stay if you want.
Yeah.
All right. I would do that.
I really got to finish these proofs, Mrs. Gonzalez. Like, I can't do it. There's no fucking world where that happens. So they go, all right, emotional thing where we might get some attention. Yep.
Yeah.
So they're building the child army. They're building the child army, and it's your job as parents to make sure none of this shit is happening to your kid, or at least you can have the conversations with them about how mad some people are in life.
Yeah, the child
how things
army.
don't go their way.
Very true.
So they get constantly mad. And that's not a good way to live, is it, Timmy?
I used to do that in high school. In high school, whenever a teacher would, like an old lady teacher or even like a former teacher would die, they would make the announcement, like, pray for the repose of the soul of Sister Fat Leg or whoever the person was. And then they would have like an honorary mass that week that would be like optional. I would always go to the optional mass.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, at 10 a.m. there's a mass for some lady I never even met.
Got to step out of math class.
Oh, man. I'm so sad she's gone. I'll have to go pay my respects.
Yeah.
Bad Catholic school stuff.
I know.
All right, our last clip from our Minneapolis update section. The woman who got arrested for storming the church.
Along with Don Lemon. She's complaining about how she was treated when she was arrested, and look what she alludes to.
We had belly chains around our waists, and we had handcuffs with bars in the middle. As someone who majored in African American studies, I can tell you that is the closest I ever felt to slavery in my life.
It's pretty good.
Majored in African American studies.
Being arrested for a crime is like slavery.
Guys,
you're chained up.
Yeah, it's the exact same. And I took African American Studies class one time, and they are all easy. They're nothing. The classes are nothing.
It's very true. I think I did one too.
So, it's not like a degree that's hard. There's no organic chemistry test at the end of African American Studies. You just kind of whine.
There was, I took a class, Native American Studies, which is kind of similar.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I had to speak in front of the class, but I didn't know it was my turn and I wasn't prepared. And then we're going around the room and it was my turn. And I was like, oh, this tribe, once they signed the agreement, they got pretty shaboozled. And I said shaboozled. And the whole class laughed. The teacher laughed. He's like, I got to start using that word. And then basically didn't even expect me to keep going. Everyone was just happy with that shaboozled.
Shaboozled! And he gets a standing ovation.
All right, next, you're up. And it's like, all right, I made it through.
This seems like one of those stories that grows in your mind as time goes on. You probably got one laugh, and then now it's like everyone cheered. And you probably got one sympathy laugh at the time.
Yeah, but everyone...
In a passing grade.
No one realized I didn't do the reading because they were too busy laughing.
It was look over here, sleight of hand.
Yeah, there's something there. That's a skill of mine.
Definitely. I should have been in that class asking you a follow-up question that was very text-specific. We could have sabotaged each other a lot more.
That would have been horrible.
I know. It would have been fun for me.
We need to do the opposite. All right, we're going to expand our migrant section now. This is all migrant stuff. We're going to start with a clip, an old clip from Vivek that is going viral again this week.
If we're serious about decoupling from China, it will also require expanded relationships with India. And I'm not just saying that because my name is Vivek Ramaswamy, I promise.
With India. And we're going to check in on India and see what they're up to and what he's talking about.
हाँ जी ऐसे ही क्रिस्पी होता है साफ पैर है रोज धुलता है भाई देखो कैसे स्लाइड कर रहा है ये लो पलट गया चीज देखो कैसे मेल्ट हुआ ये दूसरा भी रेडी है मसाला डाल दिया मस्त लग
No thanks, Vivek. Just because you eat burgers like this doesn't mean we have to.
Just because someone made an AI video of you eating burgers like this doesn't mean we have to. No thanks, Vivek.
Keep it in India.
And then you know what the funny thing is? We were talking about that guy last episode who was the Attorney General guy, he was running for attorney general in Ohio, and he said, I'm going to kill Donald Trump lawfully with this in the court of law, blah, 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 capital punishment, right? And we were joking about how he had a goal, which was the death of Donald Trump, and he had to work backwards to get there. And I feel like the same vibe is happening with Vivek, where he's like, how do we get India increased relations with India? China's a real problem, you know? So we have to go to India. So, and you said it's an old clip of Vivek? An old clip 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Late 2023. So it's not like, oh, he's changed his mind on this or anything.
Very true. Yeah. Next, we have an interaction with two migrant groups. We have an Indian versus a migrant worker.
That's fine, go. Hey.
Money you paid. If he is doing that one, then ask him to come. We'll talk.
Si no paga la feria, lo vamos a venir a quebrar. Concreto, ¿sí ves?
So you get it. There's some Hispanic laborers and some Indian guys who are arguing or bartering over price.
Yeah.
There seems to be a disagreement there. And a lot of people are saying that this is what Alex Preddy died for. This is what the America that he wanted to see, you know, ethnic groups that have nothing to do with us arguing over cheap labor.
Yeah. He died in honor of that.
Yeah, so this, hey, reminds me of him. Everywhere I look, I think of Alex Purty. And soon it'll be Alex P. And then soon it'll be, what was that guy's name? And then soon enough, dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind.
Alan Peterson.
Yeah, sounds about right. And what did he do? Lit himself on fire or something?
Yeah.
Then you start combining the two, and then all of a sudden, poof, he's gone. He never existed.
So true. And that situation was the Indian person had them work on his house, and then he's trying to haggle with them with the price after they already finished the job.
Exactly.
So I'm on the Mexicans side for that one. I mean, both people obviously need to go. Both groups need to go. But on that one, I do side with the Mexican.
Definitely. Me too.
And
easy.
A lot of people tell me in comments and messages that Indian people are brutal to do business with. They're always trying to haggle on price, even after you agree on a price. There's realtors who message me and they're like, I don't even sell to Indians anymore because they're like it's not even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I just give it to my younger guys to go, you can take the Indian clients. They'll haggle with you to the point where it's like, all right, I'll do this for $100. Cool. Hey, I just finished the walkway for $100. And they go, 80?
Yeah.
It's like, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they don't get it.
It's like an honor thing too. Like if they don't walk away from the interaction thinking that they got the leg up, they think you got the leg up instead of a fair agreement of pricing. I've noticed that a lot too.
Very true. All right, next we have Frederica Wilson talking about Haiti and how bad it is because Trump is going to be sending Haitians back.
I think he's ending the temporary protected status for Haitians, Somalians, a couple other groups. And so I think this is what she's addressing, right?
This is how she's describing Haiti.
And they are terrorized. They are terrorized. Haitian nationals. This is cruelty. This is inhumane. And this is a death sentence. Because we already know the consequences. Because in Haiti, there's open warfare and rape. There's ravaging violence against women and children. There are no school days, no work schedule. You do what the gangs want you to do.
Remember back a few years ago when Trump called Haiti a shithole?
Yeah, and celebrities rounded the wagons.
Everyone got mad. Haiti's a beautiful country. Haiti's great.
Yeah.
And now we can't send them back because it's a shithole.
It's a death sentence to send them back because the gangs and the rapes and everything. And then, oh yeah, all that same stuff I listed, that doesn't impact their ability to fully integrate into America and become just as American as you.
Yeah.
So we
got the normal ones.
Yeah, we just got the good ones. I swear. Did we check and did we talk to each and every one of them? Not really, kind of. So it's very funny when the list of all the things she says, like we're all nodding our heads, and then there's a comma at the end, and then Democrats go one way and Republicans go the other. And Republicans are, and that's why they should never be here. And Democrats are, and that's why we need all of them here.
That's why we can't let them leave.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to our abroad section now that we're in our migrants. First, we have a story. Just in, China announces visa-free entry for British citizens. And then someone said, LMAO, China is going to be flooded by Muslims now.
Yep.
That's kind of the back door.
Yeah. All these things, we've talked about that a little bit, like France and England are nuclear powers. And then what happens when a Muslim country gets a majority or the Muslim population in that country gets a majority and then they're an unearned nuclear power by default, right? So a similar thing happening here with the citizens. And I heard some murmurs about Germany was being afraid to try to raise an army because of how many Muslims and at-risk types. And it's like, everyone issuing your gun. It's like, Franz, here's your M1. Mohammed, yours is coming tomorrow, we swear. Like, there's like an instance like that where you don't want to arm them or teach them techniques that could be used against you in the domestic, You're
going to use this wood one until you get used to it.
You're still on practice. This is like training wheels. So similar thing happening here.
Yep. Next, we have a clip from NHS, which is the hospital system in the UK, I believe.
Yeah.
And listen to this interaction between a doctor and a mad patient.
Take a seat. Please take a seat. You want to do the X-ray now? Take a seat, please.
It's not for me, it's for my mom.
Exactly, take a seat. Okay, I'll see you when I'm ready. Can you take a seat, please?
Yeah.
Take a seat, please. You can't tell someone to do the job, okay?
Well, that is your job, though.
Yeah, but you can't tell me to do my job.
I'm just asking you for a time frame.
No, you can't. I told you to take a seat. Please don't have to take a seat. Otherwise, I can just discharge you.
No, you can't discharge my
That's what I'm telling you.
No, you can't discharge
If you are, then I'm here to help.
Brother, calm down. Calm
Listen,
down.
if you are, then I need to do your job.
All I'm asking you is for a time frame. If you don't have one, just say you don't have one. Simple.
Take a seat.
Taking a seat and telling me a time frame is two different things.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to do your X-rays.
It's an emergency room.
Yeah.
And he threatens to discharge them. It's like, if you don't take a seat, I'm going to kick you out of here. If the hospital, which we're required to help you get better.
The state-funded hospital.
We're going to discharge you.
Yeah, and this video says that the NHS now ranks in the bottom third of countries for deaths from adverse effects of medical treatment, coming in at 141 out of 205. And so, all this foreign labor, foreign doctors. I think we covered a story where 2 nurses couldn't communicate in any language with each other about a chart of what medication the patient had been given.
And the guy died.
And then the guy's just, this is how people get churned up. They die at the altar of diversity because, I don't know, you need a Somalian doctor or something. Doesn't make sense to me.
And he gets mad and heated.
Things were probably pretty good 10 years ago.
He doesn't follow protocol. Next, we have a UK stat. This is about a criminal asylum seeker who came to the UK and then how much it cost the UK to have him in prison and stuff.
Yeah, the cost of Deng Magic's illegal arrival in the UK, border force interception, £2,700 basically. Then he goes 3 months into a hotel. That's £13,500. Then, of course, there's a murder investigation and a prosecution. That's where things get pricey. £600,000. Court proceedings and legal defense, £100,000. Cost of his 29-year imprisonment, £1.572 million. Total cost, £2.289 million.
And that's the conservative estimate because they said because he's in a high security prison, you can add another $1 million to that.
Yeah. So that's obviously the worst case scenario of a migrant entering your country, right? He starts taking and drawing welfare and help, then he commits a crime. And we're not even talking about the non-dollar cost of a murder.
Yeah, the murder.
A murder, right? So that's a person, which you can't put a dollar amount on. And then it's just, you're babysitting this guy for the rest of time because you didn't appropriately weigh the pros and cons at the port, the port of entry, whatever. And so that's what the cost of a refugee crisis could be. Like, if you're a healthy society, you can only survive so many of these, right? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Uh-oh, we're up to $10 billion now because of how many migrant criminals are in our prison system, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to give you guys perspective on like how important it is, not only from like a cultural cohesion standpoint, but literal dollars out of your pocket to let in unvetted, untested people, right?
And I found someone in the replies who was kind of putting a number on that dollar amount. Can you read that?
Yeah, the average full-timer worker pays £7,400 a year in income tax and NI, meaning that Deng Magic has cost over 300 years of a law-abiding citizen's tax payments.
It's a good use of it.
To put it in perspective, man. Crazy.
300 years. Crazy. All right, our last clip from our abroad migrant section is from a documentary that just came out, I believe. It's called UK, Y-O-O-K-A-Y. It's a documentary. Go check it out. This was an important clip from it.
I don't know why we're choosing to give away our country, chaps. I mean, this is meant to be a democracy, and we are still the majority. If we wanted to, there's probably still time to start voting in our interest and completely turn things around. What do you think of Birmingham Cathedral?
It's shit. But it's a nice place to smoke weed. It's not my ancestors. I don't know whose ancestors those are.
It's not your ancestors, no.
It's not.
No. I think the problem is there are still some people that don't quite realise what's happening. It's not on their doorstep.
The country's a shithole. English always hostile.
They don't understand the extent of the invasion. Well, in case some of them aren't quite aware of what's going on, I've decided to take a little walk through Birmingham, England's second city, to show you what's happening.
Black Muslim and gay.
In Birmingham. Yeah, jolly heretic.
Tough.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on.
Yeah, and the guy, these people are so fucking stupid and so detached that he sees a guy with a shoulder-worn camera and he goes, fuck that church. Those aren't related to me. You can't even fake a PR thing. You can't even go, I'm so appreciative to be here.
Not even smart enough to think on the spot.
Average Horn of Africa migrant type.
Sad. Well, that's the end of Migrants. Now moving on to the final page of Housekeeping, where I can say whatever I want. Use this opportunity to tickle the post. Please help us juice the algo. Leave a like, leave a comment, then comment again, then start yapping about whatever you want to yap about. The P.O. box needs to be full, notifications need to be on, old episodes need to be watched, and the link to this episode needs to be sent to the boys in the group chat.
Wow. Well done.
That was my best one.
Well done.
Thank you.
It's very articulate. Yeah.
Articulate.
Yeah.
Sometimes I swallow my words. Sometimes I talk from the back of my mouth and
Me
do a
too.
little vocal fry.
Me too.
That was the difference.
That was clean.
That
Clean
was
up.
clean.
You want to start reading the stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. First things first, I have a little bit of announcement. We're working on merch, relaunching merch. We've had a tough merch experience in the past. I'm sure you guys may have known. It takes a long time to get there. Sometimes the prints weren't good. We had to reprint them. And we just didn't really have a consistent merch guy for a long time. A couple merch people ago, they just disappeared. Remember them?
I do.
They just stopped responding.
I'm sure they don't.
They just stopped responding for 2 months.
Yeah.
And they never said anything.
That's very disrespectful.
And I didn't even have the passwords. We had to redo everything, and we still couldn't find someone. And it sounds like, and we have found a really good supplier and fulfiller. So merch is going to get launched probably next week. So that's something to look forward to. We have really cool shirts, especially podcast shirts. We have good stuff, really good stuff we're excited about. So we'll wear some on the show next week, and we'll get the merch launched.
All right, sounds
So
good.
I need you guys to go buy the shirts. If you've been looking for this shirt, I want to wear a Fuck Us Podcast shirt. There doesn't exist. It's going to exist soon.
Okay.
First things first on the final page of Housekeeping. 4 moons appear in Russia. Isn't that interesting? How do you explain that, Richard?
I don't know. Over Russia's St. Petersburg, known as paraselene, was created by moonlight bending through ice crystals in the frosty atmosphere. That's what they say.
Moonlight through the ice crystals in the atmosphere. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, the frost, 4 moons. Okay.
All right. All right. Next. Next.
All right. I have something I'm going to cook on here, and I'm going to read my statement. Over the weekend, I saw a couple things that I thought were very interesting. First things first. You know Christopher Reeves?
Yeah, Superman, right?
Superman fell off a horse, broke his neck.
Yeah, paraplegic.
I think that was a psyop to keep us away from horses and the horse's healing power. Superman breaks his neck, becomes Stephen Hawking. Oh, I'm never going to ride a horse again.
That's true. Horses are dangerous.
Horses are dangerous. Want to ride horses? No. Superman broke his neck. If he broke his neck and he's Superman, I'm going to be fucked.
Yeah. Okay.
They did the same thing with dolphins in Jaws.
You know what sucks?
To keep us away from the dolphins, they had Jaws. Oh, I'm scared to go in the water.
Why dolphins? What does
dolphins have healing power too, and dolphins are tapped into the special stuff. And they used to help with childbirth. They're healing creatures.
They help with childbirth.
They see the alien ships and stuff.
All right.
So there was a
I don't know what Jaws has to do with dolphins, though.
But it keeps you out of the water, so you're scared of the water. and then you're out of the water, you're not near the dolphins. And then in some places, like where we live, you're not even allowed to hang out with the dolphins. You're not even allowed to interact with them. It's illegal.
That's what I was going to say.
We have a rule.
I hate the you can't touch manatees and stuff, and it's like, they come up to me.
Yeah, they don't have that rule for us.
Yeah. So, all right.
Which takes us to 9/11.
Why does that take us to 9/11?
Makes you take your shoes off.
What?
I just kind of ran out.
Okay.
The first two, I believe.
All right.
And I try and tie it to 9/11, and then what do I have 9/11? I don't know.
All right.
Take your shoes off. But not even anymore, luckily. By the way, when you take your shoes off at the airport,
yeah,
that's gross.
Of course.
And everyone walks in the same path with their gross feet. And a conveyor belt is only like, 20 feet of belt, and everyone puts their gross bags on it.
Yeah.
Piss all over the floor.
Everyone's shitting.
Pissing.
Somalis from the airport. Can you imagine
disgusting.
Minneapolis airport?
And whenever I get home from a trip, like to visit my parents, my mom will always say, like, oh, wash your hands. And I'm always like, here we go. But my mom's right.
I know. I agree.
The airport's disgusting.
I get sick sometimes. When
Now I get it. All right. There is a Put South Africans First Twitter page, and they post these stories. And I think the African people think they're real, and they might be.
Yeah, it says people in Guyana Section D woke up shocked after a local guy slept with someone's wife and turned into a half hyena. The guy, known as Spoko, is a regular at Corner Lounge Tavern, always loud, always drunk. So I think someone cursed him and made him half a hyena after sleeping with someone's wife.
And it does look like he has a half hyena lower.
Yeah.
So that part checks out.
Hyena centaur type.
And then someone replied something really funny.
African people have phones and internet access, but still live in the age of medieval mythology and legend. It's really incredible.
It really is.
Everyone just wakes up and they believe someone's a half hyena guy out there, even though AI exists.
Don't drink too much. Don't cheat.
And it's
You
really
get turned
easy.
into a hyena.
Yep.
All right. Next, we have a insightful tweet. We've been talking to you guys about mindset lately and manifestation, although not everyone likes that word, and frequency. But there is something to this I wanted to point out. Can you give that a read?
This was a study, and it says illusion and well-being, a social psychological perspective on mental health. And someone summed it up and said, delusional optimism is a secret to success. People who overestimate their chances work harder and persist longer. Even against the odds, that extra persistence turns failures into wins.
Delusional optimism, guys.
Yeah.
That's how you have to be living. Make your delusions a reality. We've been saying that for years.
Yeah, I think there was a study done about a mouse that was treading water, and they were trying to figure out how long the mice could tread water. And basically the mice would drown. It's like a Fauci-level experiment. But the mice would drown after like 15 minutes of treading water. But then when the researchers came in and let them out one time, like right before they were about to fail, then the mice would go and start again and then go for like 60 hours because they thought someone could get them out. So maybe there's a little bit of that similar mindset thing, delusional optimism.
Hey, it's always good to reference studies. That was smart.
Yeah.
But delusional optimism is the way, and I didn't read a study and then say I'm going to be delusionally optimistic.
Yeah.
I really do just live like that, and I guess I lucked out.
For sure.
It's nice when you get to the same conclusion as science people and you're not really
Accidentally, yeah.
a science guy yourself.
Oh, I came to that doctor in the white lab coat. I came to the same conclusion. Based on what? What have you been doing? Nothing. I'm retarded.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right, our last piece of the final page of housekeeping. It is Black History Month.
Yes.
And in honor of Black History Month, we're going to debunk a story, the Tuskegee Airmen story. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. All right, let me just read it.
Let's go for it.
This is from National Conservative on Twitter, so obviously give them credit. Black History Month hoax day one, the invincible Tuskegee Airmen. In 2011, Tuskegee University published a paper that conceded much of what children were taught in school about Black World War II airmen has been a hoax. The first mission assigned to black pilots was to strafe Axis fighters on a tiny Italian island. Their performance was considered poor because the black squadron fled from Axis planes while members of two white squadrons engaged. There was a congressional hearing on whether or not to disband the project. However, activist members of U.S. Congress protected the project. They believed that the pilots would serve as role models for black Americans. However, for the duration of the war, the black pilots continued the same pattern. They would rarely engage or pursue enemy aircraft. When you compare the records of fighter groups flying the advanced P-51 planes in the 15th Air Force, we see that white fighter groups scored 2.26 victories for every plane lost. This is 3.5 times the rate of the black fighter group. In other words, white pilots flying the same planes and the same missions were 350% more effective. Think of this as an investment. Every dollar invested in the black pilots yields 66 cents, while every dollar invested in the white pilots yield $2.26. There were 3 black pilots who were awarded for having 4. However, it is a myth that any black pilots scored 5 victories, but were denied being recognized as an ace. You need to get 5 confirmed kills to become an ace. So yeah, basically they were very, very ineffective, but then Congress kind of pressured them to stay alive to be inspirational.
Yeah.
Which there's a value in that, I guess. But yeah, when it's wartime, you don't really want the lower rate afraid of dogfighting and engaging airmen.
But the story gets told and lied to about. And then can you read the name of the author who wrote the book about these people?
Yes. Another misconception that developed during the last months of the war is the story that no bomber under escort by the Tuskegee Airmen was ever shot down by enemy aircraft. A version of this misconception appears in Alan Gropman's book, The Air Force Integrates.
Gropman. Sounds like Epstein.
Sounds gropey.
Not good.
Yeah.
So, I wish it was true.
Yeah.
It would be nice if it was true, but you can't make people heroes based on lies.
Yeah.
Because then you're dealing with a Harvey Dent situation.
Totally. There were a lot of... I just saw somebody arguing about this recently, and apparently in World War II, there's like a lot of black people helped in World War II, but it was mostly logistics, and it wasn't frontline or fighting forces. And only 700 black people died in World War II. So they kind of overestimate their how involved they were in that as well.
70 million of us.
Yeah. Well...
I guess.
On both sides. On us, I think you're counting all white people.
Cutting the lines up different.
You're counting Germans and English and American as us.
All right. Well, that's the end of housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right. Our first story from Cringe. You know how I'm always getting weird ads on Twitter?
Yeah.
The fat person sock. Are you 6'1", 300? Your shirt doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Rap Boy got one on his Instagram. Can you read what it says?
Friendless and gay? There's an app for that.
I didn't know gay guys didn't have friends.
That's weird.
Don't
Because
you?
I've never seen this before, and you just brought it up.
But it came up on your screen.
And it's on my screen right now, but where did you get this? Suggested for you? Did you take this screenshot?
Brother, this is on your computer. I'm looking at it right now.
It is now. It is now. Did you really get that ad, though?
I found it.
Okay. Somebody sent it to you, or
I don't know.
This wasn't an ad for you.
I did not screenshot that. No.
Okay.
Relax.
Thank
Everybody relax.
Friendless and gay? It's like the next slide is like everyone's pointing at you and laughing. It's not even helpful. There's not even an app. Friendless and gay? Ha! You!
So good. All right. Our next clip is
welcome to Cringe.
Yeah. Our
Friendless
next clip.
and gay? You.
Our next clip is a Guess What Happens Next section. Before we play it, we have a guy on a wheelchair who doesn't need a wheelchair, and he's about to drop in on a half pipe. What do you think is going to happen?
I think he's going to snap his leg in one of those, like, it goes like this way, like tib-fib off, and then he, ironically, is going to need the wheelchair after this.
Okay, let's let it play.
I'm recording.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Get ready, nigga. Let's go.
Go.
Fuck is they talking about, nigga? Whew. Talk to me fucking nice, yo. Holy shit. Ahora sí que vamos a grabar.
Pure fake out.
All
He's
right.
fine, no big deal.
All right, you got to keep everybody on their toes, I guess.
Got you.
Tib-fib
Got
intact.
Got you at home, too.
Yeah, friendless and gay? And you thought he was going to break his leg in the wheelchair? Fuck you.
It's like, well, the clip is in Cringe.
Yeah.
I have to assume he's going to maybe almost die.
All right.
Then whatever the limit is on YouTube. All right, next there was a movie premiere, like a kung fu movie premiere in Asia.
Looks like Thailand or Vietnam based on this language here. Kong Li Troi Day, Annam,
China. We'll just call it China.
We'll just call him yellow.
And they're doing this thing where they're going to break the wood, but someone swapped the wood out for real wood. So they bring in the hitter. This is the head kung fu guy.
Mr. Miyagi. And he's supposed to break all of these.
Like they planned.
Oh for 2. The moment of confusion. Uh-oh. All right, you get it.
Well, keep going.
He gets flustered. He doesn't know what to do.
It doesn't work. You know it's bad when he switches to lefty?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe I can break the wood that I can't break with my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand.
Yeah.
You're done, brother.
Yep.
So he got his ass.
Okay, cool. Random movie I'll never see. Like, it's not even that important, but that is cringe. I would not like if that happened to me.
Yeah, it's cringe.
Thank you, brother.
Cringe when you watch it. All right, next, the NFL has a chief kindness officer for the upcoming Super Bowl. Can you read the tweet?
Yeah, NFL officially appointed influential storyteller Dar Mann as its first ever chief kindness officer and creator of the week for Super Bowl LX. What is LX? What is that, 60? Are we at Super Bowl 60 now?
Might be 40.
LX? I'm bad with Roman numerals.
Yeah, we don't have to.
40? It could be 60. I think it's 60 now.
But 60, wouldn't it come after? Wouldn't it be XL?
Yeah, I think so.
Super Bowl XL, that'll be a cool one.
What Super Bowl are we on? 60.
60.
Apologize.
You said 40.
No, I said 60, right?
Yeah. You said 60.
Well, anyway, back to the gay chief kindness officer. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, not good.
What does he even do?
And he's just really sweet to everybody.
Imagine he's a dick. He's in his green room. He's like smashing shit.
And he's like, I'm not at work right now.
Yeah.
And he goes outside. He's like, hey, how you enjoying the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's not a good sign for what the NFL's up to. They have all those things that say end racism and choose whatever. They're slinking away from the 2020 era stuff, but they're still a little gay. And chief kindness officer and all the female refs don't add up to anything nice.
L is 50, X is 10.
Yes. So I was good. L is what gets you wrong because you don't expect there to be one for 50.
It's rare to come across L.
Exactly.
And then we have some facts about who the kindness officer is.
Yeah, apparently the chief kindness officer was charged with 13 felony counts of fraud and took a plea deal to avoid prison time.
Oops.
But he's really nice.
In a good way.
But yeah, he'll offer you snacks from his commissary if you're in jail together. So in 2012 he was charged with 13 felony counts from stealing from a city program that helps property owners with renovation costs. Everyone's fucking getting rich on fraud but me, and I'm paying the taxes.
Mm-hmm. There was a golden era.
You know, if everybody does a little bit of fraud, that's how you get your taxes back. You do a tiny little bit of fraud and you go, all right, I won't take more than my taxes for the last 10 years.
I already knew that.
Yeah. Are you up to anything?
No.
You got anything cooking?
No.
You running a hospital back here? Is anyone dying in your back room?
Nothing.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, and then you think Super Bowl, whatever, is going to have women refs?
I hope not.
If they do, I'd like to put this out there.
They're afraid of the moment.
I think a woman ref could ruin the whole Super Bowl with a bad call.
I think so too.
And then they'll go like, Deb threw the flag. Like, well, she saw what she saw. She's the ref. And then they might ruin the whole game.
I feel like for the Super Bowl, though, they let the refs do it. And then there's a whole room of people in New York who are going over everything.
Like AI, just going over it.
Yeah.
All right, this next story is quick, but I wanted to bring it up. I'm not a big
video game guy
in Nintendo.
Yeah, apparently there's a liberal white woman in charge of Nintendo now, and the first thing she did was make it transgender. And there's just a non-binary choice now, and here's the lady here.
There's her there's the Muppet, and then she's got a doll in her hand.
Yeah. And I think this is one of the hacks that like women or the POC people do when they come in. They go, oh, look, it's like an item added to the list. Like, oh, I made everybody non-binary. I gave them gender options. And that like counts as doing something.
We had a busy week.
Yeah, even though you didn't really do anything. It's an easy way to say, and it's like top of the accomplishments, I bet. So
yeah, it's like, we added non-binary to the gender selection thing. We just got new snacks in the break room.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys saw that.
What's customer acquisition cost? It's at an all-time high, Debbie.
So true. Yeah. All right, our last clip of Cringe. There was a news report on DEI and how it's kind of going away and how it's affecting black women.
I loved my job. I loved it, and it made a difference to people.
But Adrienne Birch's job with the Department of Agriculture was eliminated last February.
I started crying because I said, oh my God, I'm losing my job. I'm not prepared. I don't have enough savings.
The chainsaw for bureaucracy.
As Elon Musk took a chainsaw to the federal government, Birch says she felt forced into early retirement at age 54. Today, she says she gets 1/3 of her previous pay.
To get to a point where you made a great salary, made 6 figures, and to have that ripped from you, and not because you didn't do the job well, is painful.
Pain that was just beginning as Birch started looking for work.
I've applied for, I think, about 35 jobs or so. I've gotten 5 rejections. Most of the other ones, nothing.
Any interviews?
No.
And she's not alone. 41-year-old Audrey Malone lost her corporate job in facilities management about a year ago.
So we get it. The thing I thought was interesting is she applied for 35 jobs since she was let go, and then she was let go, I believe, last February.
Yeah.
So you apply for 35 jobs in a year? That's like 3 jobs a month.
I thought she said, did she say 150?
I thought she said 35.
Whatever. It's immaterial. I mean, I guess the main point of this video is that the federal government has stopped babysitting mid-level, lackluster employees who couldn't get an offer in the private sector.
And they were giving them all 6-figure salaries.
And we're supposed to feel sorry. Like you're getting 1/3 of your pay in this early in retirement, and then you're free to go do something. Go try something. I don't know why it's the taxpayer's job.
When do you get fired and they give you 1/3 of your pay for the rest of your life?
Well, early retirement, I think she took, right? So
something to not feel bad about there.
Yeah, I don't feel bad at all. There's like a lot of this stuff, there's an equilibrium that needs to get back to. Like we've constantly had someone's thumb on the scale, you know? And yeah, they took their thumb off the scale and 100,000 black women lost their easy government job that they were just at expectations, you know, for the entire time. They never were up or down. So I don't know. I don't feel bad when things swing. You know how much fucking fraud there is?
I don't feel bad either.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of Cringe. We're now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, our first story from Urban Decay. A woman witnesses some kids doing bad stuff at the park.
I cannot fucking believe that I just passed by and saw these damn kids in the black neighborhood kick a duck so hard that she died. And now the baby ducklings is left without their mother. When you go to these white neighborhoods and Spanish neighborhoods, their children, they nurture those animals when they see them ducks and dogs and whatever. But not in the black fucking neighborhood. In some of the black neighborhoods, y'all kids are so fucking vicious. And you teach them no fucking morals or nothing. Then you wonder why every fucking nation hates when black people move in their fucking neighborhood.
Well, there you go. And then obviously cruelty to animals is a sign you could be a killer.
Serial killer, right?
And then when you pair that with the FBI crime statistics based on race, it's not looking good for those kids.
Yeah. That's a 90% jail time rate,
yeah.
I think. And this woman is like genuinely sad. She's crying. She saw something bad. And not only was it just a duck, it was a mother duck responsible for 12 ducklings trailing behind. Jeez. Pretty dark.
Who could do that?
Yeah. It's interesting that she came with the perspective of race too. Like,
she got it right.
Yeah, you don't usually expect people to be like, "Man, you never see this," and whatever.
Kids, man, what's with these kids?
Exactly. You launder it through that.
She was pretty specific,
and that's a lot of things with, that's kind of the way people address things. They'll say broad things like, "Man, this generation." And then this generation is like less white than any previous generation. There's like always some euphemism.
Men.
Like fucking white privilege. And it's just a Jewish guy. And then, like there's always like somebody's always naming something that it's not.
Men are attacking women and it's
Pakistani migrants.
It's Pakistani migrants.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see it from the perspective of like she's seeing it and calling it out.
Yeah, people are starting to wake up. Next, we have a story that we mentioned in the intro. A man was killed over French fries.
Police say a man was shot and killed after he did not share French fries with his friend. It happened around 6:30 last night at an apartment complex on the far west side of the city. Police say the argument began over an order of French fries and then escalated to the suspect shooting the victim. That suspect still on the loose tonight. If you know anything, call Fort Worth Police.
Not going to tell you the race of the suspect. It was a black suspect. I actually don't know, but I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And we've seen this before. We've seen people killed over ranch. We've seen people killed over a chicken sandwich and stupid stuff at the restaurants.
Guacamole we've seen.
Guacamole. And I was kind of trying to expand on this. You know that old phrase, do you want to take this outside?
Of course.
Like when there's like a fight about to happen and you go, do you want to take this outside? And it's basically like an escalation, but also it's a final warning. Like, you want to take this outside and fight or no? And it stops here. And the people who use that phrase are being considerate to the venue.
Yeah.
Black people don't have that.
No, they'll shoot you in the head over fries.
They'll hit you with the bowling ball in the bowling alley.
Yep, I've seen it.
They'll take the stool from the bar and hit you with that. They have no consideration for the establishment.
So true. So true.
So that old phrase, want to take this outside? Not everyone uses that. It's kind of like a white guy fight thing.
Yeah, want to take this outside gives people a lot of options. It's like, do you want to escalate this or stop it? Because I'm willing to do either. I'll shake your hand and we can go our separate ways. And then obviously let's respect the venue.
And if you do want to escalate, let's obviously respect the venue and take it outside.
Yeah. No venue respect in the black community.
Not a lot of consideration. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to our next piece. Someone created an AI bot that like filters and categorizes cities and neighborhoods based on the names and how prevalent they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was made by Retard Mode on Twitter, and it's called peaceandquiet.io. And I don't think it's AI. I think it's just like cataloging where everybody lives.
But it is computer related.
Yes. And here it is. I think only 3 states, Ohio, North Carolina, and Florida, are up and running. But you can search and see how many Deshawns or Ebonies or Jamals or Shaniquas are near you. Tyrone is also a good one. A lot of Tyrones and a lot of Ebonies.
And that's the peace and quiet meter.
Yes.
How much peace and quiet you have. And you're not allowed to do that with your realtor.
Yes. I think there's like the Fair Housing Act. A realtor can't even answer any questions about demographics, what type of people live here, how many kids there are. So, which is so crazy because then what's a realtor for? Just to take 2.5% of the fucking whole thing?
Give me a piece of the house you're going to buy anyway.
I'm in Frisco, Texas. You can't tell me how many fucking Indians are here? I need to like stake out the place overnight.
Are there a lot of curry restaurants?
All right.
Yes,
exactly. You're always proxying it somehow. It's like, all right, let's get far away from MLK Junior Boulevard. Let's get to this suburb. What's that? Diwali Road? No. You're looking for clues like you're in Limitless. The real estate agent can't tell you. It's so fucked up, right?
It's very fucked up. Crazy. All right.
So what do they even do? Show you the house?
They show you the house and they take their piece.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It is.
Next, there was a new ad from the Philly Police Department.
Is this the Philly Sheriff?
It might be the Sheriff's
Because
Department.
we've covered them before and they're always up to some dumb shit like
Yeah, this is them now. So they got music going, but their new ad is just a bunch of black women dancing, and then there's a Muslim person, and they're all dancing.
And they're whipping the fan out.
And Philly has horrible crime.
And they're all overweight and fucking nobody could arrest me here. You send me into this pack of women oiled up and say they can't use their guns or tasers, wrestle them down? They couldn't wrestle me.
That's a good point.
I'd be sliding around.
I didn't think of that.
I'd be oiled up, squirming. Wouldn't be pretty.
Yeah.
But man, this is like so sad. And then
this is for recruiting for all the women. They're probably trying to advertise to the black women who lost their government job.
I would say so.
100%.
And another part that we've been talking about a lot is how all these jobs come with excellent pensions, great benefits. And the whole point was you're supposed to do like 20 or 15 hard years and then get basically a full pension. And then now the salaries that used to go with like getting into the line of fire or like actually putting your body on the line are now just going to fat office women who like clock as much overtime as they can, gutting the taxpayer.
So true.
So another hollowed out institution, I guess.
Very true. All right, our next 2 clips are street rat related. The first one, guys, shows what's going on in New Orleans.
I be telling motherfuckers about New Orleans, bro. These crackheads done stole the fucking light pole. Go put that back. Man, what the fuck, man?
That's something you see in New Orleans.
Yeah. Stealing the infrastructure.
We saw that a lot. Stop signs, like stupid shit you don't even need. Where do you sell a light pole?
Scrapyard. And then there's one scrapyard where the guy goes, yeah, get me anything you got.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, sewer covers? Manhole covers? All right. Yeah, that's probably 50 pounds.
Light pole?
Yeah.
$20.
I know. He probably gets a fucking great deal.
And then the city has to replace it for like $40,000.
That's the nice part. You know, in economics, they call it like price elasticity. And like the two junkies who need fentanyl today pulling up to your scrapyard with a light post, you could offer them anything on earth and they'll fucking take it.
Deal.
It's like, you got me over a barrel, buddy. I need that fentanyl in an hour. Shakes his hand. So,
with all the sores and the ejectable spots, we'll just nux. We'll nux. All right, last clip, street rat related as well. This is a Seattle cleanup. Look what they're cleaning up.
So this is all the foil that we got today at Dejong, Lewis, and Jose Rizal Parks here on the North Beacon Hill end. Likely most of this foil has particles of fentanyl in it. If a child or a dog were to touch this and lick this, they would likely be hospitalized or die. So it's a pretty serious deal. We are right next to a large daycare, the El Centro de la Raza daycare, where kids are walking through these parks every day on their daily walks. And we are at a dog park where dogs are basically not able to go there right now, and it's non-functional because of this. So we hope to see some change from the city and get this addressed.
It's a nice thing to clean up your neighborhood, but you also voted to give drug needles to drug addicts, and you ruined all your public parks and playgrounds.
Yeah, and if you didn't personally vote for that, which I'll allow that argument, some elected official is retarded enough to skip that and just give them the needles anyway.
Yeah.
Give them the fent, let them do whatever they want. Oh, yeah, did we mention theft under $9.50? That was free for all for a while. How do you think they funded the fentanyl habit?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, that's it. That's just as pure urban decay as it gets. And I feel bad a little bit because like a woman like that, who's probably a liberal, takes all the time to go actually clean up the park. Like, you can tell there are some people who are good-hearted and they're just a little emotional about certain things. Like, oh yeah, George Floyd was murdered and ICE has no place here. And these are our neighbors. You know, you get co-opted and stuff, but there's someone with a good heart at the end of it. You know, anyone who's going to clean up a park, spend their Sunday or whatever cleaning up a park, it's a good person. And it's hard to see a good person like that funneled into such shit ideology that really terrorizes the Western world, right?
So true.
That's my point. Like, she's got a heart and she's got energy and she just needs to point it somewhere. And that was a great case right there. But then all other political activism ends up with caring for the lowest common denominator, wasted money, hospice spending that fucking doesn't make any sense. Like a million people have died a week. You know?
Yeah.
So that energy in general, good, pointed at the wrong thing or abused and subverted by some city council Latino who wants to hand out the needles, very bad.
And it's crazy. They have like a perfect storm of bad ideology that got them here. Like you said, if it's under $1,000, you don't get a felony for stealing. So all these drug addicts steal, then they buy fentanyl. Now there's more fentanyl and drug addicts who can get fentanyl than ever. And then they give them the free needles, so now it's easier to do than ever, and then it just ruins everything. And meanwhile, paper straws are illegal in Seattle.
Yep.
I mean, plastic straws.
Yep.
Meanwhile, plastic straws are illegal in Seattle.
Yep.
So it's kind of ironic and retarded.
Anything else? Egregious?
Egregious.
All right.
People were giving me props for egregious. I could spell it too.
It's not even a hard one. That's like a third grader. Third grader has egregious.
Yeah, maybe you left back.
No,
all
that
right.
was awesome.
Well,
that was an awesome third grader.
Well, don't get too down or too depressed. We're now moving on to uplifting gold, and we have uplifting stuff today.
Okay.
All right, we're going to start uplifting gold with some lessons of the day. You know lessons of the day?
Yeah.
We did a couple of last few episodes. We're not going to make it a thing every week, but when it comes, it comes. We have some food tips on how to cook, for example, steak and burgers to get a good sear. Can you read both?
Yeah, this is all about when to salt them. Steak, salt far in advance, ideally the day before or right before cooking to avoid excess moisture and gray steaks.
And the one on the left is salted 12 hours in advance. The one on the right was salted 20 minutes in advance. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'm a 20 minutes in advance salter, and I get those gray steaks, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Now we all know.
And then a big part of that is letting the salt work, bring the moisture out, and then you pat it dry into some really hot oil. You get that better sear.
Yeah, you want that dry into the pan.
Yes, yes. Because otherwise you're cooking the water, which steams the steak instead of searing the steak. So you got to think about the physics of cooking.
Physics.
Another one, burger. Salt just before cooking to get a good sear and keep burgers tender and juicy. And then you see the sear on the just salted just before cooking, and then the one salted 30 minutes before is not good.
Not good. We have a thing for onions too. You're an onion guy. You're an onion expert.
I love onions. I make the In-N-Out style onions. Whenever I'm making burgers or ground beef, I always do the In-N-Out style onions, which look a lot more like the right.
And you told me this tip over the weekend or maybe last week.
Yeah, I told you this tip before, and then we saw this graphic. For sweating, salt onions at the beginning of cooking. For caramelizing, salt after browning has begun. It's, again, the same thing with drawing moisture out. And sweating is basically another word for steaming. And so that's, you would salt at the beginning of cooking. Usually, I like mine caramelized. I like that texture.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and then our last tip is hot dog related. How to cook hot dogs for a crowd. So the guy, I didn't even think about this. You put them in, that's what all those sticks are for in the dishwasher?
Yeah.
And then you steam
and the bun's in plastic.
And you run a normal wash with no soap, obviously. And now you got all these steamed hot dogs.
There you go.
For everybody. And then you feed them to people.
There you go.
What's your opinion on hot dogs? Are you a steamed versus boiled guy, a grilled guy, or do you have a straight out of the bag, it's basically bologna, just eat it cold, who cares attitude?
I'm a very texture-driven guy. So I like anything I like the grill, I like the burn, I like what do you even call it? What's the word for it?
The sear.
I'm forgetting. No, there's something
The grill
else.
marks.
No, it's like a texture.
Char.
Yeah, maybe.
Char.
Whatever. Listen, calm down. We're at the end of the episode. But I like the texture. I'm a big fan of steaming buns, though, and steaming bread. Yeah. Steaming buns. Yeah, write that down. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm a big fan of steamed.
And you can steam them in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
So we'll get you some lunch tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Our next clip, this is in Japan. A Japanese volleyball player was warming up. He did a serve and it hit a girl. And look how he apologizes.
The full bow. Good for him.
And that face down slide to start it.
Mm-hmm.
Very respectful people.
A sign of respect, yeah.
Very honorable.
I like Japan.
Me too.
I wish we didn't have to fight them in World War II like we did.
Yeah. And then imagine if Japan was all white people.
Then they wouldn't be Japan.
But like the way they run it, where you're on your own island, no one comes in, and we eat all
For
hot dogs,
10,000 years.
hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah.
And Chinese food.
Japan really they like American stuff. They like whiskey and steak. They kind of became...
They're getting into cowboy stuff,
They
too.
took what they wanted, yeah. I respect the Japanese a lot.
Me too. All right, our next clip, someone gets saved after hanging off of a ski lift. And this is why you always put the bar down on the ski lift. The guy's hanging. Look at their operation. They have the net and the mat underneath. And they're trying to get to him. Unfortunately, they missed. And he hit a girl who's probably making like $9 an hour at work.
Oh, man.
But
yeah,
it's good to see they have like a protocol for a guy hanging off the thing. You get the ropes or the net, you get the pad. We all head out there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, preparation 100, execution 5.
Yeah.
They didn't quite get it done.
They see you hanging off. They're going to go, oh, we're going to need a bigger net.
I know. And imagine if they saw you. Imagine if they saw you.
They would say, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Call it off.
Yeah.
All right, next. This is pretty cool. There's an indoor 9-hole golf course being built, I believe, in Illinois.
Yeah, Megalodome Golf in Oswego, Illinois is set to open in 2027. The course features 3 domes, $50 million project. That looks sick. I like the throw up a dome. Throw up a dome. Fuck it. Let's see what we can do. You don't need that much protection from the elements.
It's kind of like a Saudi Arabian thing.
Yeah, winter in Chicago
Where you just
instead of the
make
desert.
a indoor golf course, indoor skydiving.
All right, good to know what's capable out there.
Yeah.
What we're capable
All right,
of.
next, I saw this ad on Instagram, and I thought it was a nice message for you ladies out there.
You're just fine. Got to take off the extremely copywritten Kanye music.
And you just take off all this shit, and you're a normal lady, and that's okay. That's what people look like. You don't have to look like an insane person.
I like this message. Do people permanently fuck up their lips? Do all these girls permanently fuck up their lips?
I think so. And a lot of times, girls, when you get your lips done and then you post on your story and you're like, I got my lips done, they look like overinflated. It's like 2 pounds of sausage in a 1 pound bag. It looks like it's just like fucked up, and you can see all the marks where it went in, and it's like, it doesn't look good. It's all greasy.
Katie, is that you?
Yeah.
You're not a Russian supermodel. So
Yeah.
why are you looking all fucked up, Katie?
It's not good. And then all these injectables too, a lot of times they tell girls that, they dissolve over time. And in reality, they migrate, and they can migrate and expand over time. So you really could be fucking yourself up.
Yeah, and then the person who's assuring you that it dissolves is like basically half a nurse, like a physician's assistant or something.
Yeah.
And the head injector just walks around and makes sure that the women in the office are doing it correctly, right?
Oh, yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah. Nobody knows anything.
Has it been studied? No. All right, our last clip of the show, our Pure Americana clip of the week, we have some cops who captured a gator in Sarasota.
Get on the leg, get on the leg. Everybody get on the leg. Get on the leg. Everybody, I need Sarge. I need someone on that leg right there. Yo, pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Okay. Hold on.
The guy in the back doesn't want any of it.
He's a northerner. Move down.
Shove. Push, shove. Get in there. There you go. There we go.
And they load him up, and then this guy with the truck just takes him. Who knows where. Some guy's like, I'll take it.
I'll take it from here, boys. And they trust him. I guess that's how it goes.
That's pretty cool, though. And that's Americana. That's like a Florida, 14-foot gator. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah.
I got a gator that lives around the corner from me, a block away.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's
he's like
cool.
7 feet.
Whoa.
And then I don't take Jerry to walk that direction anymore, because if he ever escapes and is like, I'm going to go to that swimming hole that's right near the house, he'll get gatored.
Okay. Yeah, good tips.
All right, that's the end of the show, but we do have some shout-outs. We have a happy birthday to Keith on February 2nd. He's from Jersey and loves watching the show with Waylon, his son, who just turned 2 months.
Wow, happy birthday.
Keith. But then thinking about doing shout-outs for babies every month, you can get 12,
We're not getting in that business.
12 shout-outs for 1 year for a baby.
Yeah.
But that's very cool, Keith and Waylon. Nice family, and thank you for watching. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Patrick, who turned 31 this week. He collects historic and modern guns and is a car guy.
There you go.
Very cool, Patrick. I'm collecting some guns and cars, too.
Lovely. You guys should talk.
Me and you. Happy birthday to Mia Bella B, who turned 25 this week. She's a show watcher. I didn't want to say her full name because it's such a unique name, and I didn't want her to get kicked out of school or fired from her job. How many Mia Bellas do you know?
Happy birthday, Mia Bella.
Mia
We're
Bella.
keeping your last name safe.
Keep your last name safe. This could be a prank from your dad. You maybe don't even like us or watch the show. I'm assuming that could be what it is, too.
We keep you safe either way.
Yeah, so happy birthday, even though you might hate me.
Okay.
All right, and then that's it.
That's it?
Let me make sure.
Lovely. Sounds good. Oh, it was a nice episode, guys.
That was a great episode. Hey, you
Pleasure
guys,
having you all here.
That was a middle of top third episode.
Whoa.
And I don't give top of top thirds, and I don't give bottom of bottom thirds as the rankings.
Whoa.
So that was as good of an episode as you could do. I thought that was great. We had some funny stories, some funny moments, good energy, and the transitions to all the stories was very smooth, thanks to yours truly.
Lovely.
So thank you guys for watching. If you want a 30-minute Bonus Land episode that comes out tomorrow at 11 a.m., FleckUsTalks.com is the website. Go sign up for Bonus Land. Support our sponsors, Cove Pure and Leisure Carry. They have great products. We only give you guys the best sponsors. And we got merch coming next week, so get ready to buy some merch if you've been looking for some merch. And thank you for watching all the way through. We'll see you at the next one.
From Cringe of the Week and Urban Decay, there's uplifting gold and Flecky's pets getting trolled. Coming up to brighten your day. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Best to keep the P.O. box full. We won't stop till the world is rid of all the pickles. If more Fleckers content is what you demand, then just make sure you're subbed to bonus land. Fleckers talks, give it up to the world's best host. Fleckers talks, choose the ongoing tickle the post. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Fleckers talks, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Fleckers talks, we're still kicking over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Fleckers talks, and actions speak louder than words. Fleckers talks, but at the same time, words speak louder than
I don't want you to sit back and watch. I want you to fucking do something. Do something!